Hey everybody, welcome to DC Outdoors. Today we're doing a quick little pop-up live stream here from hunting camp. Hope that you decide to check in and we'll probably spend half an hour or so, kind of just maybe depends on how this goes. Um, I know it's kind of funny sometimes when I just decide to do a pop-up without giving you guys much notice. That makes it a little bit, maybe a little difficult to pop in, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I guess might as well start this off as we always do with our intro. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in to DC Outdoors. If this is your first time here and you like outdoor adventure videos, gear reviews, and other outdoor related stuff, well, please hit that subscribe and the like and the bell notification button so you don't miss anything. Yeah, well, like I said, we're just doing a quick little pop-up live stream. I'm out camping and spending a little bit of time here out in a really small county-run campground. I got the hot tent set up, and I went out for a morning hunt, and then decided to come back and wash up a little, have a bite to eat, and thought that I would try this out for a little bit before we have to head out, for the evening hunt. Hey Tracy, thanks for chopping in, buddy, and Loki Trapping and Adventures. Good to see you as well. Like I said a little earlier in the hop, I know that this is kind of funny sometimes to do these unplanned and really unscripted. I don't have a lot to really go off of here today, but thought I would come in and check in with you guys. So right now, I guess it's Tuesday. I got out here on Saturday, probably late afternoon, set up a camp and been out here hunting. I have a bunch of deer licenses, so I actually have a general whitetail tag and two antlerless whitetail tags. And I'm also looking for grouse, and I'm out here with my bow. Um, hey, woman outdoors, good to see you, LB. I guess I would ask you guys. I don't know, is the wind bad, or is this okay, or am I getting a lot of wind noise? It's been pretty blustery out here, and I hope that it's not too distracting. It kind of comes and goes in little waves of wind. Yesterday was a really crazy day in the wind. It was so bad that I ended up getting out of the woods a little bit earlier than I wanted. I set up in an evening place that I was checking out, and the wind just started to blow in like crazy, and I could hear trees falling and crashing down in the woods. And when it gets really gusty like that, that's no place that I want to be. So ended up getting back to the truck, and it was funny. I don't know if any of you guys follow me out on Instagram or anything like that, but um, a main road that actually leads to the campground, there was a tree that had fallen right across it. A pretty big one, probably about a 12-inch round tree. So we had to get that out of the way. So I'm glad I had the chainsaw with me, which I brought to make my firewood. But I ended up cutting that big tree up into a few chunks and dragging it off the road. So, I could make my way through. Loki Trapping Adventures. I am about an hour and a half north of Edmonton. Oh, I see. Loki is asking where Tracy is, but today I am about an hour and a half north of Edmonton. Um, I'm in a little campground. It's run by the county, And it's funny, there's only three campsites in the whole campground, which is really cool. No one else is here, obviously, and it's been a super quiet week up here, just in general. So far, I haven't seen very many people out and about, and there's one actually other camp of some hunters not too far away, but they have since packed out. So yeah, it was really quiet, but yeah, it's been pretty good. How laggy is the stream here, guys? I'm wondering. Is the stream laggy or is it kind of holding up? I didn't really know how the um, wind would be, or sorry, not wind, the cell phone connection. I'm tethered off of my phone, so that's a little bit funny. But I hope it's working okay. Oh, good, it's not bad. Okay, great. LB, no, I haven't gotten anything. It's been really, really, really slow out here, as a matter of fact. The moon has been so bright. It's like a full, crazy bright moon. So bright at night that it would like light up the campground. Didn't even need a headlamp or anything like that. Um, so I feel like that bright light and the bright moonlight is really keeping a lot of the deer, from moving during the day. Um, I've seen a few grouse. I took a shot at one grouse and I missed him, which was really a bummer. I have a meal plan prepared, and he was the guest of honor at that said meal. So I was disappointed that I didn't get a chance to harvest him. Yeah, I thought that I could get a grouse and then cook it up for Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving, which was a couple days ago. But yeah, no luck on that one. But yeah, just really slow deer movement for the most part. And like I said, I think that crazy bright moon um, really has a lot to do with it. I feel like that deer and game is probably moving a lot at nighttime and then just bedding down during the day. Um, Last night was fairly chilly. It got down to, my phone said 4 degrees, but then when I jumped into the truck, it said 1 degree. And I think 1 degree um, seems a lot more likely. But it was really, really, really chilly. But today, I think it's up to about 20 degrees Celsius or so. It's probably going to get up to maybe a little cooler than that. Just looking at my phone right now to see what it says. No, yeah, it says 11 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that converts to for you guys in Fahrenheit. Hey, Spicy Tuna Rolls, thanks for popping in. Fish on Outdoors, good to see you. If you guys haven't, definitely check out each other's channels too. That means a lot to me if you guys do check out each other's pages. Josh, I saw that you were doing a whole bunch of fishing, man, so it looked like you guys were enjoying some really good weather out there yourselves, which was nice to see. Sounds like you're having shells tonight. Yeah, Loki. We'll see. I think I might roll with some spam and eggs tonight. Might do that. I'm trying to eat the food that requires refrigeration first, and I think I'm down to some garlic sausage and cheese and some eggs. So and a can of spam. So I might have some spam and eggs. We'll see. See how it goes. Howdy, howdy, SD Mountain Man. Thanks for jumping in. I know that this is just a pretty random live. I never really jump on during this time of the day, but booked off this week to come up hunting, which is fun to add a couple vacation days onto the stat holiday, which was our Thanksgiving Monday. So it's nice to get, basically from Saturday through to the Sunday, the 16th, I think it is, off for the cost of 4 vacation days. So can't beat that. So out here doing some camping and some hunting. I don't want to give away too many spoilers because I'm going to try to make a video out of this trip. But like I mentioned, I'm staying at a really cute little 3-spot campground. I'll see if I can turn the camera around. We got the truck over there. There's the tent over there behind me, which is held up fairly well. And there's the truck. And then right behind me is the lake, which I don't know if you could see. Maybe you can see a little bit through over my shoulder if I get out of the way. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you can. Super cute little campground, though. It's nice to have picnic tables and a fire pit here, and an outhouse. So all those kinds of things are nice. And the lake supposedly has northern pike in it, and perch. So I did try to do a little bit of fishing up here too. So kind of a nice little add-on thing that I can do. But yeah, I got the week off. I think on Thursday I'm gonna head home on Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon to pick up my son, and I'm hoping that he could take Friday off of school and spend a couple days out here with me too. He has a grouse permit, so I'm hoping he can get a bird or two. I wish he was actually with me today because, like I said, I'm out hunting just with my bow, and I saw a rough grouse. It was on the ground, but then flew up off into the trees. And I don't like shooting at grouse when they're up in the trees, just because it's a way for arrows to just go soaring, and then before you know it, they're gone. But it would have been an absolutely awesome time for him to take a crack at one with a shotgun if he was here. So I wish I had my hunting buddy with me, but it's nice to have you guys join in. Nice to see you all kind of chat with each other. I hope that you guys have all checked out each other's channels. I feel like you have, but feel free to drop your links if you would like to, share them out for each other and make some new friends while you're at it. But yeah, like I said, today really, fairly slow morning. Started out kind of cool, a little bit blustery, but not crazy, not as crazy windy as yesterday. So I definitely hope that, the wind kind of calms down. I hate being in the bush when you can hear trees cracking and snapping and falling down. I don't like it at all. It definitely makes my stomach churn. So I'm hoping that the wind kind of calms down. You guys can probably hear the trees rattling around a little bit, but it's really not too bad. Nice day, anyways. Are grouse on the upswing? I don't know if they're on the upswing. I've heard good things. There's still a lot of underbrush here right now in the trees, so we got a lot of little sticks and greenery and stuff like that is knee high, and I feel like the grouse kind of hide off in that stuff, which makes it a little bit difficult to see them. But I feel like that there are some good. I feel like it's on the upswing, anyways. Long story short, but so far, how many birds did I saw? I saw 2 today, and then 1 yesterday. And then maybe one a day earlier too. So I might have seen like 4 of them so far. I've been doing a lot of walking. So not necessarily like sitting still, kind of hunting out of a stand or blind or anything like that, but been doing a lot of walking just to check out stuff, and kind of check out some new areas. And it's definitely been good to kind of bump around and check out stuff. But I feel like sometimes that cut down my chances of seeing deer, right? When I kind of bump into the trees. But it's definitely funny because I'm not even seeing like a lot of deer snorting at me or kind of running away. I'm not even scaring anything up, right? So again, it definitely makes me think that there is a little bit of a downswing right now, just in terms of that moon and kind of the fact. I think that it's causing a lot of movement at night, and then the deer are, by my understanding, just a little bit tuckered out, probably, by the end of the day. So just taking a look here. Oh, okay. So only I or my moderators can drop links. Okay. Thanks for popping in, Tracy. Appreciate you dropping by, buddy. See you later. Sorry that this was just kind of spontaneous, but I appreciate you spending a little bit of time out of work with me. chilly. It's not crazy bad, but a little bit, anyways. A little bit chilly, not crazy bad. All right, well, here, let's drop a few links in the chat. Hopefully that's working. Definitely please check out each other if you haven't yet. The wind gets too bad too. Hey Steve, thanks for popping in. I am up about an hour and a half north of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And basically, I'm on a bunch of crown land, but this is a little county-run campground that I'm in right now. So this little campground is just run by the county. There's 3 little camp sites, I guess. Each one's got a picnic table and a fire pit, so they're really, really small. Just an outhouse in here, and that's pretty much it for me. Garbage cans, an outhouse. It's got a lake. But I like that the phone reception here is actually relatively good. I went to camp out at another spot for the first night, and the reception there is horrible. And although I'm off work and I don't expect to be bothered too much with work, it's just hard for me to be totally disconnected from it, and it's really hard to also be like totally disconnected from home. Uh, Plus, it's nice to be able to do stuff like this. It's been nice to kind of watch some of your videos. It's nice to kind of be connected in a lot of different ways. Um, but it's quiet out here, man. It's funny to be out in these campgrounds when no one else is out, and it's so quiet. The stars are shining bright, like we said. You can kind of see that moon, and yeah, there's no even light pollution. Um, it's funny because in the city, in Edmonton, when you look up at the sky at night, you don't even really get to see the stars because the city, all the light noise kind of washes them out, so you can't even really see them. But out here, you definitely can, and yeah, it's definitely fun to be able to, like I said, just look up at the clouds and look up at the sky and get lost in it. It's nice. But I do miss my family a little bit. Last night, I was, it's funny, I don't know if you guys know or not, but I'm a big Raiders fan, an NFL football Raiders fan. And it was funny because the kids and my wife were watching the game last night, so the Chiefs Raiders game on TV. And I was probably on the phone with them for about half an hour last night. Checking them out and chatting with them, but definitely starting to miss home a little bit. And it's only been a few nights. I'm bad for this. Sometimes I go on these trips and then I pull the chute and go home a little early. So it's been funny here because since my son is coming out later in the week, I won't be pulling the chute and going home early. I'll be sticking it out. So definitely kind of lonely though sometimes. Hey Brian, thanks for popping in, buddy. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yeah, Steve, I am out archery hunting, so for whitetail deer. So I have 3 whitetail deer tags. I have what we call a general whitetail, which I can take an antlered, like a buck or a doe on it, and then I have 2 supplementary whitetail deer tags, which are antlerless deer tags. And then I have the upland game, basically grouse permit, so I can also shoot rough grouse along the way. Those are the tags that I have. Counting up the meat in the freezer, I definitely want to grab a deer although I'm never really optimistic about getting one this time of the year. A lot of the does are with fawns, so both of those are pretty much off limits for me. I won't shoot a doe with a fawn, and I don't want to shoot a fawn with the doe. So generally it's tough because the does and the fawns haven't broken off yet. And a lot of times I get kind of picky about bucks this time of the year because I want to be able to go out hunting during the November rut. So, for me, like measure of success on this trip is to go out, have some good time camping, really pumped to check out some new areas, kind of push myself to some other quarters that I haven't been on and check out some new spaces. And like I said, I was really hoping to get a chicken or two um, just for camp food. And honestly, since I'm going home Thursday to pick up my kid, it would have been nice to take home a grouse or two for the freezer, but we'll see how it goes. Hey, Britt MRE, good to see you, my friend. See from Wyoming, yeah, that's nice to see you saying hello to everybody as well. And yeah, Brian, it was a tough loss yesterday. I don't know what we were thinking about going for a 2-point conversion. There was 4 minutes left, but could have tied it up maybe, but instead we did that and lost 5 points. So bit of a bummer there. Would anybody want to be a moderator? And I can tag somebody in as a moderator, help drop links. Hi, Derail. Nice to see you. I think this is the first time I've seen you in here, so I appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, it is really beautiful out right now. Like I said, all the winds has really blown a lot of leaves out of the trees. You can probably see them falling around down there occasionally when the wind gusts through. Crazy how much leaf litter there is on the ground right now. It's insane. Oh, nice one, Loki. You got 2 does already. Good job, buddy. Okay, Britt, I'll drop you as a moderator here. Let me find you. I'm, how do I do this again? This is a tricky thing. Learning as I go, right? I think I can go here. There you go, bud. I think I have made you a moderator now. Thank you for volunteering and for helping out. 80 and windy here. 60 tomorrow and windy. Our pheasant opener Saturday. Nice. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun chasing pheasants over the last few weeks. I think I went out, I did 2 trips over the first week of September, and then I went on another weekend and another weekend. So I basically went there 4 trips altogether. 2 of those 2 trips happened over 1 weekend. But the pheasants that we have are not natural. They are like basically farmed and then they are released. And so that's a little bit weird. And I don't know how I felt too much about, shooting something that got dumped out of a truck, basically the same day or the day earlier. It's a hard one for me. I just don't know where my gut sits. But, at the same time too, it's a good opportunity to take the dog out. It's a good way to learn. And, I look at it kind of like a resource, like stocked rainbow, trout or whatever like that. But definitely it's a weird way of going hunting for sure. But fun to get out there anyways. And it was nice to be able to kind of take the dog out where you're actually going to get some birds or see some birds, right? You can walk around here in the bush all day long and you might be lucky to spook up a grouse or two, but it's a little different when you're, on a place where there's like guaranteed birds. But yeah, Steve, they do all taste the same, I'm sure, right? But yeah, it was a fun place to go. Little sketchy out there though. Like when I was out there the last time, I think it was on a Friday, and I think it was the Friday after they got released, and there were hunters everywhere, man. There were hunters everywhere. Everyone was wearing orange, which was good, but you don't really know how you can trust other hunters, right? Like, I trust myself. I'm starting to trust my son. We have the communication down and we kind of know where each other's at. But just randoms scare me a little bit, right? When everyone's out there with shotguns and blasting at stuff. It's a little bit nerve wracking for sure. But yeah, nonetheless, I was pretty pumped to just get a bird and then get the hell out of there. Um, you know, at one point there was one that my dog was kind of crouching in on. I couldn't shoot at him based on just where the dog was, but another guy was just yelling like, "Are you gonna shoot it? Have you reached your bag limit?" And I just, I don't know, it just rubbed me the wrong way. So definitely had to get out of there. Average Joe MRE, nice to see you, buddy. Average Joe MRE, I loved your the Rambo festival thing that you posted the other day, man. I never knew that Rambo was filmed in Canada, let alone would I've ever thought that there'd be like a whole festival, a whole weekend festival devoted to it. So that was really cool. Thanks for sharing that with us. Yep, thanks, Brit MRE. Please do. If everyone can smash the like button, that would mean a lot to me. Yeah, SE Mountain Man, it is different when you don't know the people out there, right? And not only do you not know the people, but you just don't know their ethics, right? You don't know how they shoot, you don't know how they hunt, you don't know how they communicate. Um, yeah, it's just really, really, really weird. And, these people were pushing birds everywhere, left and right, and just shots cranking everywhere, dogs running all over. It was like a war zone, to be honest. And you could tell that where we were at there was the must have been where the birds were dumped, right? Because these guys they know, and I'm certain that they're probably out there pretty consistently getting their bag limit, which is fine by them, but um, just too much hunting pressure for me. Not the place I like to be about, but well, it was a fun experience anyway, and I'm sure that next year we'll probably do the same thing. Last year I really started bow hunting right from September 1st onwards. So I didn't really try to get out for a bird season at all, right? I went straight out with the bow looking for deer and for my moose that I got drawn for last year, right? But this year I wanted to kind of break, my hunting seasons down into months, right? So basically our season ends at the end of November. So you got September, October, November. Um, September, this year I spend a lot of time chasing birds. October, I'm going to spend a lot of time with the bow. And then November is really when the deer rut is. And I'll be out with a rifle. And that's really where I look to hopefully bag a deer or two. Ooh, the breeze is blowing in. Ooh, hope it's not too distracting. Thanks, Steve, for picking up SD Mountain Man. That's nice of you. And I appreciate you dropping in, SD Mountain Man. Thanks for taking some time out of your day. Yeah, hey Ted, off the hook outdoors. Hey, what's going on, brother? You've been doing a lot of hunting too. I am in a little campground right now, Ted. So this is a little county-run 3-spot campsite. The first night I camped out in like a service well, kind of like old lease area. Basically, like it was, I don't know how big it would be. Maybe 500 meters by a couple thousand meter kind of like rectangle shaped thing, big clearing where I'm sure that they must have did oil field work before. Um, Anyways, camped in there the first night, but the grass was probably almost waist deep grass, which made me a little bit nervous to have fires. And the cell phone reception, not to sound like a wimp, but the cell phone reception was horrible. I knew I wanted to do something like this, to do a live stream. And it's funny, for a place that's 5 minutes away, I had no cell phone reception. And the other thing that's nice here is we got an outhouse here at home. uh, or what I had in the first spot. Sorry, was one of those little lugaloos, which is like a little toilet seat that you put on a 5-gallon pail. But I have some ongoing stomach issues, man, and I'll tell you, it's nice to have a outhouse around here. So we relocated to this little campground, little 3-sider. No one else is here. Um, it's got a little lake where I did do a little bit of fishing. It's got the outhouses, some garbage cans. But I got a picnic table. I got a fire pit, so it's pretty nice. And for people who just dropped in right now, I'll do a quick little tour of the setup there. So we got my little Alaknak tent there. I had the stove out because when I got back from the morning hunt, I decided to do a little wash up. And then there's the truck. And then over my shoulder, back over that way, I think if my head goes This way, that way. I don't know, one way or the other. That way, I don't know. You could see the lake maybe over there. But it's a cute little campground, anyways. I like it a lot. Fun little place to be, and nice to have a few little amenities, I guess, if you will. Yeah, late October is beautiful. It's funny how much, like I said, tons of leaves have fallen from the trees just over the last week or so. It's been really, really windy. Um, Yesterday and today, I've heard trees cracking, so I'm getting a little nervous, man. To be honest, watch the trees blow around. Gotta have your head on a swivel, that's for sure. Brian, nope, I didn't catch any fish. I casted a few casts over in the lake. I lost a few hooks to the weeds. Um, Supposedly there's pike and perch out in there. And then from hunting, I haven't even seen much moving. This hunter's moon, it's been so bright. The moon has been crazy, crazy bright. And I feel like it's keeping a lot of the deer in bed during the day. And I think that they're moving around at night. But I saw a doe and a fawn this morning. I've seen probably a grouse or two every day. I did take a shot at a grouse yesterday, but didn't seal the deal, which was a bummer. Just catching up on some of the comments. Thanks for it, Emery. Yeah, it's been working out okay. Yeah, Ted, off the hook. So I am hunting about an hour and a half north of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. So basically, primarily, I'm hunting crown land, which is mostly just bush. There's little quad trails on it, snowmobile trails on it. Um, the odd little like gas line kind of lines on it. Um, but not a lot of food sources, which makes it a little difficult to kind of pattern these deer. So I've been trying to kind of key in on where there's travel routes or I can see pretty carved out trails and so forth, game trails and stuff. There's a few little edges of it which kind of border some pasture where there's cows and stuff. So I've been trying to kind of get closer to those two just so I think the deer kind of graze on those pastures a little bit and then go to the thick bush for cover. So yeah, I have been trying to key in on that. I found a new little track there yesterday that I've been checking out. But it's all crown land, which is nice. And there's nobody hunting out here. It's crazy. In rifle season, you'll see guys everywhere, you know. But I have seen one camp when I rolled in on Saturday afternoon. There was one camp set up in one of the other little lease wellhead areas. And I think I saw a guy, not yesterday, day before. I was cutting down some dead wood there for firewood, and a guy bumped by on a quad. So, but other than that, it's been really quiet out here, which is nice. Nice to not have to compete against other hunters like you would in, like I said, November and rifle season. This place is crazy. Autumn has arrived so quick this season here in England. The forest is beautiful with colors red and gold. It's so pretty, hey? Yeah, moon's going away the 17th to now. It should get better. Yeah, I really feel that the moon has really screwed us over, man. I got to look ahead. I have another week planned off in November. It's the week of November 11th. I can't remember if it's the week before or the week after. Veterans Day for the States, or here, Remembrance Day in Canada. But that's another stat holiday. So I took off the 4 days of that same week for another hunting trip. And I hope that one doesn't fall in another full moon cycle because like I said, I feel like that really, really screws it up. Joe, thanks for checking out SD Mountain Man. Brit MRE's checking out Off the Hook Outdoors. That's awesome. Love that you guys are all checking out each other. That's great. Really appreciate it, man. This community is awesome, and it's been fun to meet a lot of really cool people. It's awesome to see that sort of support. Brian, that's okay, buddy. It's okay to not be chatting. God, the wind is chilly. Um, Kind of comes and goes, and I'm not really in the sun right now, so when the wind blows through, it gets pretty cold. Spicy tuna rolls, giving you a thumbs up. Yeah, it's been a fun week though. Anyways, out here so far, like I said, the weather's been nice. So daytime highs have been above 20 degrees for the most part. Today's a little bit cooler. Um, Nighttime, it's been around freezing. I think last night probably was about 1 this morning when I woke up, so pretty chilly. I used the wood stove on the first night. I didn't use the wood stove since, but I have wood in there all cut and split and some birch bark ready to go and little featherings all cut so that way if it does get too cold, I can fire that thing up. I mentioned earlier that on Thursday, I'm gonna go back home, pick up my kid, and then come back up here Thursday afternoon. So just a quick trip home to grab him, grab some supplies and restock, and then get back out here. And I think maybe on Thursday I might bring the propane heater up too, um, just for some quick and dirty heat. Sometimes when you get into the tent, it's just nice to fire that up a little to take the chill off. But um, I feel like tonight might be another cold one. Looking at the forecast, I think it's again right around that 0 degree mark, 0 degrees Celsius, so around freezing in the morning. I also wanted to say too, guys, it was pretty pumped. I've been checking in on the subscriber numbers, and I don't want to curse it because those things can kind of bump up and down. But I think when I checked, I'm just checking right now, I'm at 751. So yay! I'm really excited about that. So that's a pretty big milestone for me. It's not the 1,000 milestone that we're all really trying to hit, but it's a big one for me. So I did mention a while ago that at 750 subscribers, I'm going to be kicking off a giveaway. I'm going to be giving away a DC Outdoors hat. This one's pretty stained, as you can see from sweat, so I'm not sure I love the black ones too much anymore. I'll probably try to do something that kind of seems to last a little longer, but I'm going to be giving away a DC Outdoors hat. And then Average Joe MRE had given me a while ago a Bear Grylls survival knife, like a paracord wrapped one. So we're going to be giving away a DC Outdoors hat, probably that Bear Grylls survival knife, and a few other goodies. So that'll be included in a video here coming up soon. So if you haven't yet, please do smash that like and subscribe button. That means a lot to me. Hey, Tuna Rolls, I'm hoping so. It'd be nice to get to 1,000, and then the watch hours will have to come too. So that's another thing you guys can always do to help me. If you haven't checked out some of the older videos, I have all of the different videos organized in playlists. So if you like camping videos or the MRE videos or hunting videos, you can actually go back and watch those just as playlists. Campground reviews are organized that way. So that's kind of something else that I'm doing. And then the other thing too that I've been flirting around with is you guys probably saw that I dropped a video on Sunday, which is not characteristic of my channel, but I'm going to be launching some Snack Squad Sunday videos. So I figured that with like the little cooking stuff or the MRE reviews, I just know I'm going to have a lot of hunting stuff here over the next few months. So I figured that what I'm going to do is on Sundays, we'll launch a little Snack Squad Sunday type video where we'll do something that we cooked or ate or reviewed, still outdoor related stuff, but we'll kind of break it off to its own little Sunday video as well for you guys there. So that's something else to watch out for. Snacks, man. Yeah, you got it. Spicy tuna roll snacks. It's funny. Everything tastes better in the woods. I don't know if it's because you're colder or hungrier from working harder, but any of those snacks taste better in the woods. Yeah, I had some good meals so far this trip. My favorite one. So the first night I had some Mountain House. I think it was Oriental chicken with rice, I think is what it was called. It was like in one of those big cans. And what I did at home is I took that can and I opened it up and then I broke it into little, I broke it into little vacuum seal sized portions, with each one having about 2 Mountain House servings. So I had that the first night, but the chicken didn't reconstitute properly. And like it was so off putting, I could barely even eat the rest of it. Sometimes that dehydrated or backpacking meals, man, they just rub me the wrong way if the meat doesn't cook through. So that one was kind of a bust. And then I had the second night, I made up a venison backstrap, which I had some like Idahoan instant mashed potatoes and a can of green beans and a bread bun. So my wife always makes bread buns for Thanksgiving whenever we do like these little family potlucks. So she sent me a few buns too. So that dinner was really awesome. The backstrap, the mashed potatoes, man, those instant mashed potatoes were so good. They're like the little reds, I think, but they were delicious. And then last night I had two venison Italian smokies, basically like Italian sausages that I had made up, and I had those, they were also good. And I simmered those up in a nice porter to simmer them up, and then I cooked them here on this little camp grill, and that was really good too. And drank the rest of the porter, so that was pretty nice. It's a big giant bottle. But it was really good. That was really good dinner, and I've been trying to eat the food that I packed that was frozen or fresh. I did go to town today to get a little bit of ice just to kind of keep the rest of my stuff cold, but I've eaten through most of the frozen and fresh stuff. I just have some sausage and cheese left. But I think tonight I'll probably do like maybe spam and eggs, I'm thinking. I got some potatoes that I'll fry up, so it might be spam and eggs. I think I'll probably do that. Yeah, one appreciates food in the bush more when it isn't easily accessible as going to McDonald's or walking up to your home fridge. Yeah, 100%. I think like being cold and tired, it's just food is good. It warms you up, and it's such a good morale booster. Jumbletron, nice to see you here, Jumbletron. I don't know if I've connected with you before, in one of these live streams, so I really appreciate you jumping in. If you're new, please, leave a thumbs up and subscribe. But I'll have to check out some of your videos as well. So maybe drop a comment on one of my videos and I can backtrack and find you out. But Mountain House is pretty good as far as dehydrated food is concerned. Beef stroganoff, breakfast skillet. Yeah, I love the breakfast skillet ones. Oh my God, they're so good. And biscuits and gravy. Brian Krantz actually sent me, I don't know if Brian's still in this chat at all, but Brian sent me a K ration a little bit ago, basically a homemade ration that he put together for us. And there's the biscuits and gravy in that one. So I'm super excited to give that one a try. I've wanted to give that one a whirl for a while. Thanks, Jumbletron. Really appreciate the support, man. Brr, like the wind just keeps kind of coming and going. I really hope it's not too distracting from for the audio. Okay, Jumbletron, I have not checked out your channel back, so I'm going to smash the subscribe too. And I'll watch a video or two afterwards to make sure that it sticks. But yeah, you got my sub. Appreciate the support and happy to support back when I can. Hey Mark, Backcountry Pipe, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you drop in. Yeah, Brian, the kids wouldn't let me, take that K ration out with me. I had it, on the table, and I was thinking, I gotta bring out the K ration and give that one a go. But I think we're gonna share that one with the kids. It's funny, the boys give me such a hard time when I eat rations that they haven't had or tried different stuff that they haven't tried. So that one is on the no touch list. So we'll have that one with the kids and probably feature it on a Snack Squad Sunday sometime here in the future. Thanks again though for sending that stuff, man. It was awesome. A nice surprise. Probably best to with them. Yeah, you know what? Like I said, I get an earful if I don't if I don't share them. Especially like I said, if it's something that we haven't tried before, or if I don't have a duplicate of it, I can talk them into letting me eat one if I have a duplicate, and then they just get to have the second one, right? But if I only got one, I'm gonna get shit from them. So I I left the K ration at home. Backcountry Pipe, how's the hunting? It's been really slow. I was saying earlier that the moon has been crazy bright, so it's been like this like full moon every single night, and I think that what's happening is because the moon is so bright, the animals aren't moving at all during the morning or the evening, right? I think that they're moving around at nighttime instead. So I haven't even seen much. I've been doing a lot of walking and just checking out new area. This place is like basically all bush, and I'll be honest, I haven't really scouted it out too much. But there's really no agriculture, no real obvious food sources. So I've been just walking the quad trails or snowmobile trails or like the gas line kind of trails, right? And then veering off on different game trails as I go, and kind of taking some time to sit here and there, just on the ground, back against a tree, old school style, watching some of the crossings. But usually when I'm walking through the bush like that, I scare something away, right? I'll startle a deer, and I'll hear that wheezing and the sound that they make when a doe knows you're there, right? But I haven't even scared up many things, to be honest with you. Um, I think the first morning I had something snorting at me or wheezing at me. I heard something else crashing through the woods that sounded a little bigger. Um, I saw a doe and a fawn blazing across um, like a pasture this morning, and I've seen a few grouse, like a grouse or two every single day. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this moon is really wreaking havoc on the hunting, to be honest. So, to be honest, I'm just pretty excited to check out some new spots here, which is fun. It's always nice to kind of get boots on the ground and kind of check stuff out. So, kind of treat this as a little bit of a scouting trip for my November hunt. And at the same time too, I really wanted to get a grouse or two with the bow. I just think that that's like the best camp food, and I even brought like a bunch of fixins to go along with it. I thought I could get a grouse and then cook it up for like a Thanksgiving dinner style thing. So, might be a little bit late for a Thanksgiving dinner at this stage in the game, but if I get a grouse here today or tomorrow, I'll definitely be cooking it up with all the fixins. So, hoping I can grab one. Loki, thanks for checking out Backcountry Pipe. I know you're going to love Mark's channel. I'll show a little tour again. I know that some people kind of bounce in and out, so I'll give you a little tour here of camp. Got the tent over there all set up. Truck is over there behind me. And then right over my shoulders is the lake, which sometimes you can see kind of peeking through the trees. Not much here. I'm staying in a little campground. So this is just like a little 3-spot campground run by the county. Nothing really here for amenities. There's just the 3 camp spots, fire pit, picnic tables, and little outhouse, like the kind of outhouse you'd find at like a construction site. So nothing crazy. But the first night I actually had set up the tent and all this stuff probably like 10 minutes, 5 minutes down the road. So in a big old empty lease area, which was a really nice campground. The grass though was like probably almost way high, so I was kind of nervous about having fires out there, to be honest. But the thing that got me is there's like no reception at all. I brought my little camp like cell phone booster thing that I set up, but that wasn't even enough to maintain any kind of phone reception. And I knew I wanted to try to do a live stream or two from out here in the woods. And I also just feel like I want to be connected, right? I want to be able to text home to my wife or call the kids. And, sometimes there's work stuff that comes up, right? So I ended up moving just so I could, have a little bit better reception. And I got stomach issues too, to be honest. So having an outhouse here is nice. I brought this little thing called a Lugaloo, which is basically like a toilet seat that goes on a 5-gallon bucket. And it's not the most glamorous thing to use, so it's nicer to have an outhouse here. And the lake was nice too, actually. Before I started this stream, I brought up a pot of water and heated it up and washed my hands and face up good. So that kind of felt nice, right? So it's nice to have some water by as well. Yeah, Loki, I hope that there's more grouse numbers on the rise. I feel like, when I was a kid, like 20 years ago, the numbers were insane. Like you could go out every single day and get 5 easily. There's grouse everywhere, roughies everywhere. I feel like it kind of slowed down, but last year seemed good. The numbers were good. I think I got a few of them with my bow. It's funny. Oh, I got a whiskey jack on the top of the tent. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it just landed on the stovepipe there. Little gray jay or whiskey jack, little camp robber. I don't got any food here for him, but I'm sure that That's probably why he's around here. Is he sees me out here and thinks I got some food for him. But yeah, I hope that the grouse numbers are maintained. The big thing with grouse is I want my kid to be able to get a few of them. Last year he got 2 of them in November, and I'm sure hoping that he can get a couple again this year. So that's the big thing for him. Is I just want him to be able to get birds. Um, for me, if I can get 1 or 2 along the way, they just make good camp eats, right? But yeah, I definitely wanted to cook one up. I brought some stovetop stuffing. I brought some gravy. I got some more mashed potatoes. So I really wanted to have like a nice little um, Thanksgiving grouse cook. But yeah, like I said, the guest of honor is the grouse, and it hasn't come yet. So hoping that we have a little bit of luck with that. In the next day or so, it'd be nice to get a bird or two. And if you guys are still with me, and if you haven't yet, please please hit the like button. And if you're new here or you stumbled along the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Those things mean a lot, of course. Clouds are moving over nicely. You can tell that it's windy up there. They're just cruising by. How's the connection going, guys? Are we still good? Never know how these things are going to hold up. It's always a hit or miss on if it's going to be good or not. Like I said, especially just tethered from my cell phone. I'm surprised it's actually holding up as good as it is. It said unstable a second ago, so hopefully it didn't take anything too far away from the stream. Yeah, so I think I might chat for a few more minutes, and then I'll probably start to gear up for my evening hunt. There's a few spots that I'm thinking about checking out. Don't necessarily know yet what my plan is. Oh, good, Joe. I'm glad it's working good on the TV, man. That's good. Yeah, the reception here it's surprisingly nice. It's been nice to watch your guys' videos out here, too. I actually even did some work stuff the first night, which is fun, I guess, if you want to call it that. But, I guess working out here at nighttime with the campfire burning is really not the worst in the world. So that's a pretty good place to be. And um, last night, you mentioned earlier that I was listening to the Raiders versus Chiefs game on the radio and talking to my wife and the kids at home on the phone. So kind of nice to chat with them too. So yeah, it's funny how you can have reception out here and then you go 5 or 10 minutes down the road and it's like nothing. And like I said, I even had that booster hooked up, which is something we use in our camping trailer. And I thought I could plug it in off this little power box thing that I'm using here to power the computer. Um, and it has like this little antenna thing that I put on a tree. So I found a little willow tree that I kind of chopped down and put the booster thing or the antenna thing on this tree and tried to make it work. And it was horrible. It looked absolutely awful and it did no good whatsoever. Didn't even make any form of a difference. So it's funny, 5 or 10 minutes difference and makes all the difference in the world, towards having some reception or not. Loki, what do you guys trap mostly? Like, what kind of trapping starts on Saturday? The grouse at my camp are few and far between. Used to be good, but not so much anymore. Too many predators. But I don't trap. I was thinking of trying it or learning a trap or using a Yeah, predators probably do a number. Do they do a number on your deer population too, Ted? Do you find that they're causing trouble for your, you know, fawns and stuff? And is it coyotes or coyotes or however you say them? So Loki's trapping coyotes, fox, raccoon, and fisher. The, the birch behind you is good smoking, like similar to maple. Yeah, lots of birch trees around here actually. Um, Last year, I don't know if you guys remember, but in one of my late November hunts, I think it was the last time, it was after I got my deer already, but I took down a birch or two with me um, for home. We have a wood fireplace, a wood burning fireplace at home. So it's kind of cool here in Alberta. You just have to go online and you can print out a permit. And with that permit, you can basically take home personal use firewood. So I plan on probably trying to take home a little bit of birch with me. I did find a couple dead standers that were all, dead on the top that I chopped down one of, but still a little damp. So it's not really good outside wood yet, but I think if I let it season, it'll be good. But probably try to take home a birch or two, especially if I don't get a deer, at least I can take home a load of firewood, and that's saves me some cash too, versus paying for it. Ted found a few dead fawns last year, none this year, but we got a ton of fox, coyotes, and a few bobcats. Oh man, that's brutal. Yeah, the coyotes can definitely take out those fawns, and I know that they'll chew up the grouse too. Brian, thanks for popping in again, my friend. I really appreciate you dropping in. It means a lot, man. Yeah, backcountry pipe. Yeah, birch is my favorite to burn. We burn it mostly at home. Pretty much never burn anything else in the fire pit or fireplace at home other than just birch. And it can get pretty expensive to buy. And don't get me wrong, it's convenient just to load in and take a load home. But if I'm out here anyways, might as well just take some home with me, right? Loki trapping adventures. Grouse in Wisconsin is up and down, been more down, but last year and this been looking good. Well, that's good. Yeah, they really come on cycles. I've heard a lot that the wet seasons, like again, I don't know if this is just the old timers kind of story or not, but I've heard that the wet springs can do a number on the survival rate of the like baby grouse, right? So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think here seeing one or two a day is maybe slightly below average, but there's still a lot of underbrush here yet, right? And I did find a few feather piles where some people had already harvested a couple. So I know that there's some people driving the roads and probably taking them out with a shotgun. So yeah, I heard a few gunshots, not yesterday, maybe it was Saturday or Sunday. Birch top heavy weak root base. That makes sense, right? Because that's probably why I see a lot of birch where the top part's like broke off, and then bottom bit is just sort of standing. Maybe that top heavy part's causing the tree to break. Thanks, Ted, for reminding everybody to hit the like. Really appreciate it, man. Mark Kratz, Dan the man. I don't know if Britt, maybe you could share out Mark's page for anybody who hasn't followed Mark Kratz. Mark, you just launched a crazy, crazy, crazy generous giveaway on your channel. So, sorry, I just read Off the Hook Outdoors. I'm eating some salsa. What are you talking about? I feel like that is not intended for this chat, but hey, that's hilarious, anyways. Anyway, Mark, yeah, very generous contest launched on your channel. So I hope that anybody who hasn't checked you out yet, go over and check it out. Turkeys are funny in Alberta here, Loki. We have a tiny little population of them in like the south corner of the province, and I think it's only like two wildlife management units, so it's just a small little section. And you have to put in for draws, like for certain things like moose and elk in some areas, and turkeys are another one. You have to put in draws, basically, right? And like a lottery in order to go hunting for whatever species or whatever you're trying to go after. So it's funny that the turkeys here in Alberta are very highly sought after. Everyone wants to hunt them, but they don't give away very many tags each year. So I think I'm on 11 years or 12 years when I've been applying for these turkeys and just building priority, and I still haven't gotten drawn. And I think it's like 15 years is what they're saying that the average person gets drawn. So it's crazy. It's just way too way too many people want to hunt them, and there's just not enough of a population, which is crazy because I can go drive over to British Columbia, and I have before. My brother-in-law and me and his brother went out for a trip there to BC a couple years ago. You can go out of province, buy a bird license or turkey license just over the counter, and go hunting them. And meanwhile, in this province, it takes you 15 years, and then every time you apply, I think it costs $3 or $4 to apply for your license, and then when you get drawn, you actually have to buy that turkey license. So you think about it, 15 years times $4 a draw, plus the cost of that turkey. I mean, you can just go to BC and hunt them anytime you want. So I wish we had a better population of them in Alberta. A good friend of mine, though, funny enough, said he saw heard some gobblers right around the Edmonton area a few years ago, which is really, really completely random. But yeah, not usually very common in this way, unless maybe there's a turkey that escaped from farm or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, heard some gobbling, and I think he saw one or two. Mark, thanks for popping in again, buddy. Really appreciate you dropping in. Nice to see you, and I'm glad that you've been posting some videos again on your channel. So I hope that everybody goes and checks you out, Backcountry Pipe. But looks like you had a good summer, and been fun following along your grouse hunting here lately, which has been awesome. I can hear a quad. Interesting. Steve from Wyoming, we are overrun with turkeys. I wish that was a problem we had. Wow, you got 4 turkey. That's crazy. Just by tags, 4 turkey. Yeah, I wish it was like that here. For me, that's almost like a bucket list hunt to hunt them in this province, right? Because it just takes so long to get drawn. Um, and then the thing is, once they get drawn, it's going to be a matter of trying to find the things, right? We automatically get 3 turkey tags each season. Wow, that's crazy. So, Mark, when you buy your hunting permit or whatever, do they just give you 3 turkey tags with it? Or do you have to pay something for those 3 turkey tags? Plane, too. Hmm. That's really cool, man. Yeah, here you have to, like, there's so many permits you have to buy. So before you can even apply for a draw, right, or before you can buy your first deer hunt, deer tag, you have to buy a wildlife certificate, which I think costs you about $30, right? And so for that $30, that is just the license for you to actually basically buy, your licenses, right? After that, then you have to buy your deer tags. Even for bow, I have to buy an archery permit, which I think costs like $10. I have to also buy a game bird license. I don't know how much that was. I think $20, so I can hunt rough grouse. Um, Everything here just costs money on top of money. Um, so like I said, just so that way you could go and, for example, buy a wildlife certificate and a bow permit and one general whitetail tag, you're in it for like $70 or $80 right there. That's within the province. So for a person who lives here, that's funny that turkeys are like a pest. Huh? I really appreciate you guys dropping in. Now I'm surprised that so many people popped by. I didn't really know how this would um, go, given that I just threw it up really with like minimal notice. I know I put in the community tab the other day just asking if anybody would join in, but didn't expect to see as many of you here that have popped in. So awesome. Thank you guys for coming in and spending some time with me today. I might try to do another one of these here through, if you guys would be interested in it. I might try to do another pop-up live, maybe later tonight. We'll see after the evening hunt, or within the next few nights. We'll kind of take it from there and see. But yeah, I'm really shocked that you guys all came in. It depends on county. I got 3 doe, 2 buck whitetail tags, 2 mule deer tags, dove, and upland birds are extra. Hogs, no license required. Yeah, hogs here too. There's a wild boar problem in Alberta where you don't have to buy any tags for hogs. And then, as a matter of fact, if you shoot them and you take their ears into like the county or whatever, they actually pay you. I think they pay you $50, and you get to hunt them for free. Mike, nice to see you. Thanks for dropping in, buddy. Been using the tumbler that you sent me during this trip. That's been really, really appreciated. And I have brought along the breakfast scramble. I think it was chorizo breakfast scramble and the tortillas and stuff. So I'll probably have that here during the week as well. So thank you for sending me breakfast or dinner. I'll probably eat it for, but thanks for sending that out. Really appreciate it. I don't know if anyone can drop a link there for Mike Crasher reviews in his channel. That'd be awesome too if you can. Yeah, Ted, I was out this morning and say 3 doe, nothing was moving. Yeah, it was just brutal. Going into the spot that I was hunting this morning, I saw a doe and a fawn rip across the road. It was on the pasture side going into the bush side where I could hunt. But yeah, doe and a fawn rip across the road. I saw nothing in the bush. And what did I see? 2 grouse today. One of them was along one of the roads when I was driving, and it flew up in a tree, which I wasn't going to shoot at with the bow and arrow. I don't want to lose arrows just bombing shots off into the trees. I was bummed out if my kid was there. I'm sure he would have been able to get it with his 410. But hopefully that bird will be there later this week when my son's out here with me. And then the second bird that I saw was just in some deep grass while I was bumping it back to the truck with a fair amount of urgency, and then it kind of flew off and didn't really have a shot at it. We haven't gotten any frost yet, knock on wood. So a lot of the little like underbrush stuff hasn't kind of fallen over and settled down yet. So the grouse still have quite a lot of camouflage. Unless you can see them kind of in an open spot, they are gone. Ohio non-resident for archery and a buck tag, $280. Damn. $200, $80 American money. Wow. Yeah, spicy tuna rolls. That's right. Don't forget to like the stream. So I appreciate you guys if you can drop that thumbs up. Ohio leads the U.S. in deer auto accident. $280. That seems like crazy. I guess I'm complaining about nothing then. Hey, Ted? Ugh. Brr. Wind is blowing right through me. I hope you guys don't have a bunch of noise from the wind blowing. It's been good so far, so hopefully it's got the computer screen in front, so hopefully it's serving as a little bit of a windbreak. When I don't need my headlamp, it's probably not going to be a good day. Yeah, you're 100% right, Ted. This whole week has been crazy. The first night, so I got out here on Saturday in the afternoon, probably about like 2 or something like that. You probably know how it is, but to pack up for a week of camping with all your camping gear and your food and your hunting stuff, and I brought the fishing rods and tackle box, since the lake is here. There was no chance I was getting out of the house urgently on Saturday. So I ended up taking my time and got here about 2. Enough time to set up the camp, and I set it up in that first little field I was talking about a little earlier, which is like an old I think it was maybe where they had an old oil pump or kind of like a wellhead thing or something like that. But I set up the tent in there for the first night, and it takes a little while to set this thing up. Probably takes about an hour and a bit, hour to set up the tent, maybe half hour to set up the inside stuff kind of thing. But got a fire going, had dinner, needed the headlamp for a little bit, but then as soon as the moon kind of peeked up above above the trees, it was so bright that I could walk back and forth from the tent back to where I had the fire, and I didn't need a headlamp at all. It was crazy, crazy bright, and it's been crazy bright all week long out here. I can see that a little sliver of the moon has maybe disappeared last night, but still really bright, and it's been clear too, so there's been no clouds. Even inside the tent, it's when the moonlight is beaming in on there. You definitely don't need a light in the tent even at night, which is crazy. But I agree with you. Yeah, when you don't need your headlamp, it means the deer are playing all night long, and then they are not moving around during the morning and the night when you want them to, or morning and evening. I'll be posting a whitetail buck short later today. Sweet, Mark. Look forward to it. No bears here, but they're repopulating. Wolves back in Scotland to deal with overpopulating deers. But yeah, we got black bears here. I did not see any black bear scat when I was walking around through the bush this week. I think, again, a little bit less likely to see them out here. I'm kind of on this like fringe area where I'm not very far away from agriculture land, and it's kind of on that little perimeter between agriculture land and like the big, thick, northern boreal type bush, right? Which is a mix mostly between like deciduous and coniferous trees, right? But I feel like along that edge, a lot of the ag land will pull the bears out. So the bears like to eat the oats and stuff like that grow in the fields. And yeah, I haven't seen any bear crap around here yet, but I have seen bears in the past in this area. I actually saw one last year just down around the road, but it's mostly black bears, no grizz. Lots of coyotes I heard howling last night, and probably the occasional wolf. Yeah, Ted, I've been really loving your hunting channel. I like that your content kind of switches like mine, right? Where you're doing a lot of fishing and then now you're doing hunting stuff. It's been fun. Mark, I'm out right now with just my bow. So I'm using a Bear Cruiser compound bow. And then in the deer season, I use a 30-30, which I like to use. I mean, I know that there are more powerful options out there, but I always like the 30-30. Out here in the bush, I mean, you're taking shots that are probably 100 yards or less anyway, so you really don't need a super crazy caliber. I like the brush guns. Convenient to carry, and definitely does the trick in and around that 100 yards, which is pretty much all I'm shooting. And Ted, you're out for archery right now too, I think, right? Virginia Bushcrafter, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for dropping in. I'll do a little kind of panorama view here of camp. Again, if you just dropped in, there's that Cabela's Lactac tent. I have this little stove is actually kind of cool. It's a little Coleman one burner camp stove, but it has a whole bunch of little attachments. Actually, it's got like a grill attachment. It has a griddle attachment. It even has like a slow cooker thing that can go on top of it. But I left that stuff at home, but it works really good for a little grill. Truck behind me, and then behind me, somewhere over my shoulder, is the lake. I'm just staying in a little 3-spot community, county run campground. There are, like I said, 3 little camps sites in this. Each one has its own picnic table, a fire pit. No one else is here camping. There's also like a little outhouse and some garbage cans and a little self-serve pay drop box thing, but nothing else really here for amenities. It's a small little place, but I like it. The first night I was camping out on Crown land, kind of in that old wellhead thing I was telling you about, but a couple drawbacks about it is there's no washroom facilities. So I brought along a little, but it's nicer to have an actual bathroom. I have some stomach issues, so it's nice to have in a house. And the other thing there is I had absolutely no Oops, I might have lost you guys, but I think I might be back. I don't know what you guys heard or didn't hear, but yeah, the first night I was camping out in a little Crownland spot. Like I said, no washroom out there, which sucked. No cell phone reception, which sucked. And the other thing was the grass out there was probably almost knee to waist deep grass, which made me a little bit nervous to have fires there. Um, there was a fire pit area which was kind of beaten down and a little bit better, a little bit safer, but still nicer to just be here in the campground. So I don't mind. And later this week on Thursday, I plan on bringing my older son up with me. So this will be a lot more comfortable for us to be able to have a fire and a picnic table and those kinds of things too. So kind of fun to have everything all set up for him, and excited to have some company here later in the week when he comes up. Steve from Wyoming picked up the Virginia Bushcrafter, so thank you so much, Steve, for giving him a check out. You're gonna love his channel. He's posting some awesome bushcraft stuff and really got a lot of education to share. So you're really gonna love the channel. Virginia Bushcrafter is waiting on November 5th deer season muzzleloader. Yeah, for me, rifle season is really where I look forward to putting deer on the table. Our rut usually happens kind of like mid to end of November, and I have a week off in mid-November, the week of Veterans Day in the U.S. or Remembrance Day in Canada, so the week of November 11th. Um, so I'm excited for that. That's usually when the bucks are really chasing the does, and hopefully you can get on that week where stuff just goes crazy. So that's what I like to do too. This for me is more of like a scouting, recon kind of trip, camping trip. But it's been fun to also fish too. Like I said, I brought the fishing rods and stuff, so I've been casting a few times down at the lake behind me, which is okay. Something else to do. So just a fun little outdoor trip. Oh, I didn't realize that VA Bushcrafter is a Steve too. That's too funny. Everyone's a Steve. Bigfoot. Yeah, there's no Sam Scratch behind me. Got me though. I can hear a quad ripping around. Over behind me is the lake. That way that I'm pointing, which doesn't look like straight ahead. That's straight ahead, but that way, there's another one of those big lease areas where there's a few random camping spots. Um, the first night I was in there, there was a guy who had a trailer there um, set up, like he brought in his tow behind trailer, and no one's been out there now, but I can definitely hear a quad putting around back there. That's a Sasquatch fart. Oh my God, Mark. Dying. I don't want to see a Sasquatch. No, that would be good though. I know that I don't know if you guys follow World's Fastest Tube here on YouTube, but Ray was on a Sasquatch hunt earlier this year, looking for Sasquatches out in Rocky Mountain areas in Alberta. I don't think he found one, but I don't know. He believes. I don't know if I believe or not. I don't know. I feel like if with all the wild game cameras out there and all the guys out there in the bush, um, someone would have found one already, got pictures of it, or shot one already if they were in existence. But maybe I'm wrong. BA Bushcrafter, are you using archery, muzzleloader, or rifle? Right now, I'm using archery. So right now, this wildlife management unit is archery only. You could hunt birds with a shotgun, but the rifle season doesn't start here until November 1st. So there's no guys with guns out in the bush, which is good. And there's not very much hunting pressure right now because there's no guys with guns in the bush. In fact, I haven't seen many hunters at all this week, which has been nice. It's been quiet. But yeah, I have a compound bow, so I have a Bear Cruiser compound bow that I've had for a few seasons, and that's what I'm out hunting with. Multi Hunter, thanks for dropping in. Nice to see you. We are out in a little campground, so I'm out in a little 3 campsite campground that's run by the county. Got the little tent set up behind me. Oops. Got the tent set up behind me. Right behind my shoulders is the lake. We're just out doing some hunting this week and camping here in this little county campground. It's pretty chilly out right now. I can feel the wind is really starting to cool me. I feel like I need to rug up soon. My phone is telling me what's the temperature? It says it's 11 degrees Celsius. Feels like 7 degrees with the wind. Devil Dog, good to see you, Devil Dog. Appreciate you dropping in, brother. Oh my God, Loki, I don't need you to creep me out with your talk of Sasquatches sliding into my tent. I don't need that. So once again, though, guys, if you're watching here, and if you haven't yet, please hit that thumbs up button. It means a lot to have your support. Nice to see people making new friends. I always love that about the live streams when you can make new friends. Brr. Yeah, so it's 2:30 here right now. I'll probably let this go for maybe a few more minutes and then start to hit the road here soon. Gonna pack up and go out for the evening hunt. I'm going to, I don't know really what my plan is, to be honest. There's a few little road trails that I'll probably just walk on. Like I said earlier, there's not a lot of agriculture land to really hunt here. So I'm kind of having to basically hunt these like quad trails or snowmobile trails, or little um, gas line type trails, right? And then I just kind of walk along them casually. Then when I see spots where it looks like there's a lot of crossing activity, I just sort of sit there and wait it out for a little bit. I think that's the way for me to also have a good chance of getting a grouse, which, I'm a little bit optimistic that I'll be able to tag a grouse, which would be good. Um, so that's probably my plan for tonight. Um, yeah, I really want to get a bird, to be honest. Like I said earlier, I got ingredients for a nice little belated Canadian Thanksgiving chicken dinner, but I'm missing the guest of honor, which is the grouse. So hoping that I'm able to track one down. Yeah, I gotta agree, Loki. You are doing a great job dropping links, man. I really appreciate it. I'm sure everybody else does as well. Thank you very much for doing that and sharing everybody out. It's nice to, make some new connections, which is awesome. Oh my God, 9 million Scoville gummy, Devil Dog. You're crazy. My kids saw one of those gummy bears in the import candy store, and they said, "Ah, Dad, you should do a gummy bear challenge on one of your lives." And I was like, "No, I have enough stomach issues as it is. I don't need to be eating a 9 million Scoville gummy." So, Devil Dog, you're a better man than me if that's what you're up to. Multi-hunter, you're going to love Mike Crasher reviews. Definitely check out his page. He's a great guy. Later, Mark. Thanks for popping in, man. Really appreciate all your support today. Can't wait to see your short. I'll check it out later as well. No, Devil Dog says, heck no, never said he was. Brit's sub to Multi-Hunter, which is awesome. Multi-Hunter saying hello to Average Joe. Yeah, I appreciate you guys jumping in, man. I didn't know if we were going to have much of a turnout here by just kind of going random, but I appreciate that you guys did just stop in. I'm glad this worked out. It's nice to see people coming and going, popping in and saying hi. Like I said, I didn't know if there would be anybody showing up really by doing this during the day, so I'm glad it worked out okay. Whew. I'm getting cold. I don't know if you guys can tell. Have to rug up here soon. You can really see the leaves falling. Hey, it's crazy. How long have you been doing archery? It takes a lot of skill. Gotta get the deer close as opposed to a rifle. How long have I been doing archery? Maybe about like 6 years, something like that. I think that's about, no, maybe even longer. Maybe 6 or 7 years I bought my bow. Um, it definitely does take a lot of skills, but here where I'm hunting, it's like thick, mixed, like boreal forest, which is a mix between like deciduous and coniferous trees. So we got a lot of spruce and pine trees and birch and poplar. Um, and then the bush is pretty thick, right? So out here where I primarily hunt, I'm not taking long shots even with the rifle. They're probably under 100 yards. Um, so really, for a bow shot, I'm pretty confident shooting my bow up to like 40 yards. I know some guys will shoot 50 or 60 or more, but 40 yards versus 80 yards, gun versus bow. I don't know. It's not that crazy different. You definitely got to, be a little bit more patient, and that's probably my downfall. I also am not a big tree stand guy. I like to hunt off the ground, so I like to kind of spot and stalk. And I also like to sit and hunt out of either pop-up blinds or natural blinds and stuff like that. So it makes it a little bit harder, Virginia bushcrafter, especially in this kind of area where we don't have a lot of ag land. It's a different story if you can kind of, know where deer are feeding and then just set up your tree stand or your blind kind of on the edge. But here it's a little bit different. So I'm kind of treating this as more of like a recon mission for November. So in November, I'll be back up here with the rifle. And for now, though, I'm just really wanting to check out some new areas out here, which has been kind of fun. This main area I've been to a few times, but there's just new little spots that I've been checking out on the map that have little other pockets of crown land. Britt Emery, I'm not opposed to watching Alan Payne. Yeah, yikes. Yeah, he was bleeding when he ate that hot chip challenge, right? Which is horrible. 40 yards is good too. I've never taken a shot more than 100 yards, very dense in VA. Yeah, it's pretty much the same here, man. There's definitely some people more in the agriculture lands that take a lot longer shots, right? But for me, where I hunt in the style that I hunt, it's a lot of brush and a lot of bush. We are used to hunting on the ground here in Texas. That's all I really know. Yeah, I love ground hunting, man. I don't know. I don't like, especially how windy it is, man. I just don't like being in a tree when it's swaying around. No, put me on the ground any day. Um, I did bring with me my two pop-up blinds. I haven't used them yet, but they're in the truck. And then I brought some of that like mesh kind of like material that I could use to kind of like pack in the bag and make a little impromptu blind. So I might try that too, but I haven't set any of those up yet. Like I said, the first couple of days more just checking out spaces. Hey Bogley, nice to see you, Chris from Bogley's Keeping It Real. Thanks for dropping in. If you guys haven't checked out Chris's channel, definitely please do so. You guys will like Chris's fishing videos, and he's a really good community guy too. Gosh, I'm freezing. Spicy tuna roll. Boggly! Jumbletron saying hello. We're all friends here. Ugh, man, I'm freezing. Cold, cold, cold. Well, I think I'll probably, unfortunately, probably wrap this up here soon, guys. I mean, it's already 2:45. And I want to get my stuff together and kind of get out here for the evening hunt. So I'll probably start to wrap this up, but I guess a few things here before I go. If you haven't yet, please hit the thumbs up button. It means a lot. Go get a jacket. Yeah, I will right away. But yeah, please hit the thumbs up button. If you stumbled upon this live and you're not yet a subscriber, please do hit the subscribe button, and that means a lot to me as well. A couple other things just to kind of remind everybody. My normal videos come out every single Thursday, so that's where you usually see my outdoor adventure videos. But on last week on Sunday, I put out another video on Sunday where I'm going to be doing these DC Outdoors Snack Squad Sundays. And I think just over the next few months, while we have a lot of hunting stuff coming up, I'm going to separate out some of the cooking stuff, some of the wild game recipes, and some of the NRE reviews into Snack Squad Sundays. So you can kind of watch out for those there. I'm pretty active as well on Instagram and Twitter if you guys are there, and I've been noodling around on TikTok. So feel free to connect with me through all of those channels. I do think, all the links to those things are all in my about section. The other thing to mention is I checked my phone the other day and we crossed 750 subscribers. Yay, I think I'm at 751, so I don't want to jinx anything, but I'm pretty happy to be at 750. 1,000 is the milestone that everybody's shooting for, of course, but 750 is one of the milestones that I set for myself. It's also one of the milestones that I said I was going to be doing a giveaway on. So I mentioned that once I hit 750, I'm going to be launching a giveaway. So look out for that here soon as well, once I know that 750 sticks. But we're going to be giving away a DC Outdoors hat, not this stained, nasty looking one, but we'll give you a fresh one. And we also have a little Bear Grylls survival knife. It's like paracord wrapped, which is pretty cool. And then we'll probably add a few things to it as well. So really appreciate though everybody's support. Always surprised that you guys even watch these videos, watch these episodes. It means a lot. And just the same, I've been really loving to connect with you guys, through your videos, and this community that we're all working at together has been a really big blast. And even for today, man, I'm blown away that you guys are going to pop in and spend an hour and a half with me just randomly here on a Tuesday. I think it means a lot. So the other thing that I wanted to just say too is I've tried to organize all my videos in playlists. Another thing, of course, that we try to achieve here is the watch hour goals, right? So you'll find all my videos organized in playlists. So if you're newer to the channel, you can go back and watch all of the hunting videos from 2021. I think I also had some from 2020. You can watch open water fishing. You can watch ice fishing. You can watch MRE review playlist. You can watch camping. You watch campground reviews. They're all organized in playlists, even the lives. So means a lot if you would go back and watch some of those old videos too. Stream them up on the TV, kind of maybe watch them as you're bumping around the house. But definitely, please do, go back and watch some of those old videos if you haven't yet. And that would help me out a lot too. And Virginia Bushcrafter, absolutely. Everyone, please do hit the thumbs up button. But I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Once again, though, I really appreciate you guys spending some time with me, and I hope you all are having an awesome for sharing all the links and being an awesome moderator. Thank you as well for Britt MRE, who helped do some moderating. Really awesome to have you guys who helped. And but yeah, I think that'll wrap it up for me. I'm going to go get my stuff together and try to warm up and head back out for the evening hunt. But if this was your first time here, though, and you like outdoor adventure videos, gear reviews, and other outdoor related stuff, well, once again, please hit that like, the subscribe, and the bell notification button so you don't miss anything. Until next time, my friends, we'll see you outdoors. Bye, everybody. Thanks again. See ya.